What is the cost of giving birth to a beautiful princess in Tijuana, Mexico? Let's jump into the details. According to hospital estimates, a natural delivery cost about 18,000 pesos. A C-section delivery cost about 35,000 pesos. In our case, my wife had a natural delivery. However, our cost was much more than was estimated. We'll talk about what we got first, and then I'll go into the numbers. So my wife spent most of her time in early labor at our apartment. She had contractions for about 2 to 3 days. Once the contractions were about 5 minutes apart, we decided to start driving to the hospital. Once we arrived to the hospital, my wife's contractions, they were about every minute apart. At this time, I was asked for a 20,000 peso deposit. This deposit was going to be used towards our total cost. 2 hours later, Julia was up in the delivery room giving birth to our baby. There were some complications that happened during delivery, which meant Julia had to have some extra procedures done. We were originally quoted 1 night at the hospital. We ended up staying 2. Julia got her meals, Julia got some nurses, and then now it was time to recover. 2 days later, it was my time to go down to the reception, talk to the finance people, and determine what the cost of all this was. So one thing to note, when you pay at the hospital, you only pay for the hospital itself. The medical cost is not included. This is a cost that you agree with your medical staff, and it can range anywhere from about 20,000 pesos to up to 50,000 pesos. One thing to note is the hospital doesn't provide anything for you. This is something that was new to us. We didn't really know. Anything that you use, like blankets, syringes, water, towels, trash bags, all the equipment they use is charged. Anything you ask for the baby is charged. The hospital doesn't provide any baby wipes or diapers for the baby. It also doesn't provide any postpartum products for the woman delivering the baby. Thankfully, Julia had done a lot of research. She brought everything she needed. Another funny thing is they sell you packs of anything you use. For example, we needed some gloves. They charged us the box of gloves. So now we have a box of gloves sitting in our living room. Julia has a 3-page list here with items that she used. As I said earlier, the hospital had quoted us 18,000 pesos for a natural delivery. At the end of the day, we ended up paying a whopping 33,000 pesos.